All right. So I'm going to do a series, but excuse my hair. I got class tonight. Got out early, so we're going to get... So we studied earlier. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, babe.
Hi.
Hi, kiddo. All right, so we're studying. So we're going to just recap real fast over where we started, right? Okay, so we're going to start where God created Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve were created, and then they were basically naked because they were dumb and they didn't know anything. So the serpent, as the devil, basically came to them and said,
What? He said what? Eat the apple. Yep.
Eat the apple from the tree of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So Eve ate it, and then right after Eve took a bite, she gave it to Adam and told Adam to eat it. And then after they ate it, they covered themselves with
A leaf?
Yeah, like
all right, stop.
A big leaf, because God came and they knew that being naked was like
Wrong. So then God was like, "Oh, now you know right from wrong," and He kicked them out.
Yeah, and now
And then what?
was pregnant. Okay.
That was a punishment. That was a punishment.
Okay, so after they got kicked out, that's when they were punished with sickness and death. So
And to get pregnant.
well,
For females.
and have periods.
Okay, so let's move on from Adam and Eve, and then from Adam and Eve, let's jump over to Abraham. So Abraham, God chooses Abraham to be the seed of to create the seed of his people, and then what? He tells Abraham to sacrifice his own son. Do you guys remember that?
Sacrifice his own son by offering him a burnt.
Yes. Yeah, it was Isaiah.
He told him to sacrifice his son if he likes God and basically wants to serve him.
Worship him.
And then what happened when he went to sacrifice his son?
Abraham.
An angel came down and said not to do it because.
So Abraham's name originally was Abram, and after God accepted him as
Sacrifice. I called it.
okay, so Abram was told to sacrifice his son, Isaac, and then he was saved, and then he became the father of all, and his name was changed by God from Abram to Abraham, and then Isaac became what after Abraham?
Didn't he become the second
Not the second prophet or anything, but just the second seed spreader. Yeah. So God followed Abraham to Isaac. Then Isaac had a son named Jacob. Jacob's name was, since his covenant was refilled with Jacob. Yep, there you go. So that's where the Israelites get their name. They get their name from Jacob, which his new name is Israel. All right, so Isaac has a son named Jacob. God gives him a new name, Israel. The Israelites get their name from here. Then from that, who does he have? Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph.
What happens to Joseph? He's like the precepts of Jesus Christ and forgiveness. So he was sold by his family into slavery.
Oh, because they were jealous.
And then
he got a wife.
He was jealous. Yeah, they were jealous because he was the favorite. And then... All right, didn't what? Just whatever you want. Didn't what?
Didn't Israel's name mean a person who strives for God, or?
Well, Jacob's name was turned to Israel, and that's where the Israelites got their name. So okay, so let's keep going.
What does Israel mean?
Yeah.
So then from Jacob, then we have Joseph. This is the family line that God is choosing from Abraham, and then from Joseph, we get into Moses' time. Let's move to Moses' time. So then Moses is now born. Let's move up to Moses. What?
Can I say that?
Yeah, if you want.
Moses was Jewish when he was born because he was born by a Jewish mom, Jewish woman. And then, so she put him in a river and...
All right, and go. All right, she did what, babe? She did what, babe? Babe, she did what?
Why was he given up?
Because he was Jewish.
This is an important part. Yeah, why was Moses given up?
The Pharaoh was only...
Right?
All right, go ahead, Addie.
Because the Pharaoh's new law was saying any firstborn Jews had to be killed.
Why?
Boy, because Pharaoh was scared that the Jews were gonna overpower his
Yep. So then take over, free themselves from slavery, right? Hurry up, babe.
Put those in the bag and they gotta go.
Okay, so the Pharaoh was killing off the firstborn Israelites, and Moses was saved. He got put in a basket, and then what? He got sent upstream.
He was in the Nile River.
The king's daughter,
The Pharaoh.
The Pharaoh's daughter found him in a river, so she took him for his own son, basically. And
So-
then when he grew up, he saw
He saw an Egyptian soldier
Yeah,
beating on an Israeli.
he is
Really?
Yep.
Israeli.
And he killed him.
Yeah, and then he fled because he knew he would get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And God told him to go back and save his
All right,
people.
next.
Okay. So
You said a lot.
hang up from saying that.
We're going to go back and forth on this one. So he said, hey, chill, bro. Let's see. What are you guys doing? Chill. All right, let's get back over here. All right, pause. And so God comes and he says, Moses, free my people from the Pharaoh. So Moses goes back to the Egyptian kingdom, and then what?
And
You go.
Okay.
he
Hurry up. You got to go. You got to
Moses-
speed it up, babe.
Moses told the Pharaoh to let the slaves go, let the slaves be free. The Pharaoh said no, so
Oh,
God,
hell no. That's my slaves.
God did put basically a spell on them.
They're called the 10 plagues.
Yeah, the 10 plagues.
So give me a couple examples. Just a
Number
couple.
one was the water turned into blood. Number two was when the frogs overran the countryside.
Okay.
And then
So then God gave these 10 things, and then Moses went back and said, free my people.
and he still said
He still
no.
said no. So what happened, Daddy? After the second no. Silly. No. So what happened about the Passover tradition?
They took lamb's blood and put it on the door, and then at night there would be an angel that came, and if
All right. So Moses comes, says the second time, free my people.
Yeah.
Pharaoh says no, but he saw the 10 plagues happen. So now God says, hey, the chosen people need to put lamb's blood on their door. Okay.
yeah, so
And this is the Passover tradition.
yeah,
and then the
at
death
night,
angel?
The angel would come, and whoever didn't have the blood on the doorstep, they would be killed. Like,
Uh-huh.
Not all of them. Still
Not all
the
of them.
firstborn son.
Yeah, still the firstborn son.
It's like a payback, right?
Animals.
Yeah. Okay, so then after that, he finally says yes. And babe, what happens? He says he does the Pharaoh free him? Okay, who wants to pick it up?
Me.
Somebody go.
Me.
Okay, the Pharaoh decides to say no.
Yep.
Right?
While they're already on the way.
Yeah, and then
And-
he Okay, so Pharaoh changes his mind, and he sends his soldiers after Moses and the people. But then there was a river. No, not a river, a sea. So God opened
The
it
Red
up.
Sea.
Yeah, the Red Sea.
Where the tide ebbs and flows twice in 24 hours. Okay, anyways.
So God opens it up, lets the people go, and then when the Egyptian soldiers were behind them, it like closed on them. So
Oh, yeah.
they died.
Swallowed them up.
Yeah, pretty much.
So then shortly after that, Moses leads his people to Mount Sinai. This is where the 10 Commandments are given them. And Aaron, his brother, at the bottom of the mountain with the rest of the Israelites get so complacent that they say, hey, we need to have something to worship. They take their gold, they take their jewelry. Aaron melts it down and they create the calf. And go.
You just said the good part.
All right, what'd I say? What'd I say?
You just said that that Aaron decided they needed to worship something.
I thought they decided on their own. I thought
They
they
did.
just told him.
Yeah, they told
He's
him
not
to
a
melt
part
it
of
down.
He didn't do anything.
Yeah, he didn't tell them to worship. They
Didn't
asked
he
him to
agree?
melt the stuff down. He did. He melted the stuff down and they created a gold calf.
He did.
Yeah, they created a gold calf. And when Moses came struggling down the mountain with these big old 10 commandments, he destroyed the calf or something, the idol. He destroyed it. And he gave them the 10 commandments, told them to build the Ark of the Covenant. And then from there on, what happened? They made their trip to Jerusalem or to Israel.
No, the promise.
For 40 years. Yep, you're right. To the promised land, 40 years. So what happens to Moses right before they get to the promised land?
He died.
Freaking dies. Yep, freaking dies. He disobeyed God at some point and made God mad. So then after that, who takes over?
Isn't it?
Joshua. Joshua's the new warrior prophet. He's the second prophet of the people. Moses is the first. Joshua defeats the foreigners, moves into Israel, gets the promised land, And shortly after him, we have Samuel. Samuel takes over, and then, no, was it King David, I think?
King
Yeah.
David isn't King David the kid that shot the
It's a shepherd board.
at a
Yeah, so, my bad. So, we eventually move from Joshua, we move over to King David, into Kings, and King David defeats Goliath, but because he had murdered someone, because King David murdered someone, he was not pure. He did have his son, although he was a great king, he was a warrior king, and he was proclaimed to be a great government leader. He was still forgiven, right? Yeah, that's the thing me and Kate were talking about. Didn't forgive Moses, but King David was forgiven. King David wrote hymns and poems, which is what we have in the Holy Bible, known as Psalms. And then from there we have King Solomon, and that's where we actually pick up. Hallelujah. And look at this. There's our sacrificial lamb. Looks like a lamb. And those things fighting back there. Oh, he's a bubbies.